Centripetal force. What is centripetal force? As we know, if a particle is moving in a uniform circular motion, let us assume a particle is moving in a uniform circular motion of radius r. Let the radius be smaller. Let this be center of the circle. If a particle initially moving with a speed v, whose magnitude of speed is remains constant but direction of speed changes. So after a small time t, the direction of speed will be will be in this side, but the magnitude will remains constant. If the radius is rotated by an angle theta, even the velocity vector direction also changes by an angle theta. So here there is a change in velocity due to change in direction, not due to change in magnitude. So let us find the change in velocity due to change in direction. So change in velocity is equal to v final minus v initial. So what we get? So let us draw this in a vector representation. So v final will be this side, whose magnitude is v only, but direction differs compared to v initial. Minus v initial, so this is v initial, so minus v initial means exactly opposite direction with the same magnitude. So minus v initial, magnitude will be v itself. So minus v initial, whose magnitude is v, therefore this will be the change in velocity according to triangle law of vector addition. So what angle the velocity vector rotated? Of course an angle theta. So the angle between initial and final will be theta. Okay. Let us look at the change in radius. You may think that radius has not changed, but radius also changed not by magnitude but by the direction. Since radius is a vector, even its direction changed, and the change in radius is nothing but the displacement. So this was the initial point and this is the final point. So the change in radius will be the displacement, linear displacement. So let us find the change in radius. So change in radius is equal to r final minus r initial. So how to find? Let us draw this vector representation. R final will be of this direction. R final magnitude will be r minus r initial. R initial direction is downward, so minus r initial will be upward. So minus r initial, magnitude will be r itself. So minus r initial therefore this will be the change in radius, which is nothing but displacement. And what is the angle rotated by radius vector? Of course it is also rotated by an angle theta. That means if you look at these two triangles, the sides of both the triangles are same, and the angle between v and r is also same. So these two are similar triangles. So what we can write, delta v, change in velocity by velocity, could be written as change in radius by radius. So remember, change in radius is nothing but displacement. So what we can write now, so delta v can be written as v by r into delta r. So delta v, divide both sides with delta t. So v by r, delta r by delta t. We know that if limit delta t tends to 0, then delta v by delta t can be written as dv by dt is equal to v by r. Delta r by delta t can be written as ds by dt, because as I told you, delta r is nothing but the displacement. Delta v by delta t is nothing but acceleration. But remember, this acceleration is not due to the change in magnitude but change in direction. Therefore, it is centripetal acceleration, and v by r ds by dt is v again. So what we get finally, centripetal acceleration is equal to v square by r, where v is the tangential velocity, magnitude of tangential velocity, and where r is the radius of the circle. Since we want to know centripetal force, according to Newton's second law, force is equal to mass times acceleration. Centripetal force is equal to mass times centripetal acceleration. So centripetal force is equal to m into centripetal acceleration is v square by r. So therefore, the centripetal acceleration is nothing but the force act towards to the center of the circle, which is responsible to change the direction of velocity, is called centripetal acceleration.